The so-called Generation MZ are becoming a key driving force for the economy, but more and more young South Koreans are quitting their jobs. Shin Ye-eun went out to find out why.
Generation MZ, a common term used in South Korea that combines millennials and those in Generation Z. In other words, those born from the 1980s to 2010s. Most are in their 20s and 30s, meaning they make up a big portion of the workforce. But many of them have reported to quit their jobs within a year. According to a survey by recruitment portal site Job Korea, more than 75% of those asked had experience of changing their full-time jobs. 3 out of 10 were found to have quit their jobs less than a year after starting them. Most said that the excessive workload meant they didn't have enough free time. As an MZer myself, I gathered a few more young people from different backgrounds to ask one common question: what makes working so hard? One person I asked said having no life outside of work was what pushed her to quit.
There was no time to invest in myself. I was like a machine. Getting up in the morning, going to work, I had lost my identity. That's why I don't regret quitting my job.
Others who changed jobs said they couldn't stand feeling useless.
It's important for me to be able to pitch my ideas freely and communicate even with the higher-ups.
I always wondered whether my work contributed to the company, whether anyone would notice if I went missing for a day. Whenever I felt like my performance could be replaced or neglected, I had the urge of quitting.
A psychology professor explained that what these people had mentioned was a common trend found in MZers.
Born into a digital era, MZers have access to so much information. They compare their situation with others. If someone on the internet looks happier at his or her workplace, MZers not only feel deprived, but are intrigued to find out more about that place. That's why many frequently change jobs.
As MZers make up a big portion of the workforce, companies have had no choice but to accommodate them. A recruiting manager from a major company who was asked to remain anonymous said it costs companies a lot to educate new employees who end up leaving, on average, within 3 years.
We asked MZers who wanted to quit so soon why. They said they felt unproductive. The tasks assigned to them weren't interesting. So we decided to allow people to experience different tasks at different departments.
Another company has decided to respond to MZers who demanded a good work-life balance.
So we've implemented flex time and also operate on early off work during the birthdays and quarter off work so that they can use their time and vacation freely.
An economics professor says Generation MZ's preference for quality time outside of work can help the economy in other ways.
Older generations didn't have as many channels to spend their money apart from basic necessities. But MZers have so many places to consume. In that sense, MZers are actually contributing to the economy by spending money outside of work.
So this trend of changing jobs frequently could be here to stay. Shin Ye-eun, Arirang News.